Hello again. We begin with the second part of the unit, and we begin with grammar. Okay, pay attention to this grammar, to this explanation. It's very important you pay attention to this. Indirect speech imperatives. Okay, the imperatives are the most simple structure of English because normally they are verbs and sometimes complements. For example, stand up, sit down, turn the lights on, turn the lights on. Those are kind of imperatives. To report what someone said without question, without quoting the exact words used in their speech. Don't use quotation marks when you write in their speech. Okay. Direct speech is when I remember the words of another person. For example, direct speech, Peter said, be careful if you go out during a storm. And in direct speech, okay, I'm saying but not using quotation with the expression of Peter. I'm saying with my own words. That's in direct speech. Peter said to be careful if you go out during the storm. Okay. El discurso directo se da cuando utilizo palabras en comillas que dijo otra persona, pero a veces lo puedo convertir en discurso indirecto simplemente por eliminar las comillas. Pero miren lo que pasa con los imperativos. En direct speech dice be careful if you go out during the storm. Peter said to be careful if you go out during the storm. ¿Cuál es la diferencia? Que en el discurso indirecto está el to antes del verbo be. Okay? An imperative indirect speech becomes an infinitive indirect speech. They said, read the weather report. They say to read the weather report. She says, don't go out without a full tank of gas. She says not to go out without a full tank of gas. Me está diciendo que el discurso directo se convierte en indirecto simplemente por el uso del infinitivo. Cuando es negativo va el not y después de eso va el infinitivo. Change the pronouns in indirect speech as necessary for logic. Martin said, tell me as soon as you know. Martin told me to tell him as soon as I know. She told me, please call me when you get home. In direct speech, she asked me to call her when I get home. Lo que me está diciendo es que muchas veces cuando hacemos un cambio de discurso directo a discurso indirecto, tenemos que cambiar los pronombres por lógica. Martín dijo, dime tan pronto como tú sepas algo. Entonces en indirecto sería, Martín me dijo que le dijera a él tan pronto como yo supiera. Ahí cambian los pronombres. Ella me dijo, por favor llámame cuando llegues a casa. Y en discurso indirecto, ella me pidió que la llamara, esa es la es ella, cuando yo llegara a casa. O sea, fíjense que ahí hay cambios de pronombres. Here there is an important note here. Indirect speech is a kind of noun clause. It is the direct object or a replacing verb such as ask, tell, say. O sea, el discurso indirecto es una especie de cláusula sustantivada que ya veíamos en un tema anterior. Ustedes me están diciendo que pasen estas oraciones a discurso indirecto. Martha told me be home before the snowstorm. It's very simple here. Martha told me to be home before the snowstorm. Everyone is saying get ready for a big storm. In indirect, everyone is saying to get ready for a big storm. The radio says get supplies of food and water in case the roads are closed. The radio says to get supplies of food and water in case the roads are closed. To get. That's simple. They told her, don't be home too late this afternoon. Okay? They told her not to be home too late this afternoon in indirect speech. Maria always tells them, don't leave your doors open. Maria always tells them not to leave their doors open. Okay, yours change to their doors open. Carl told me, call me when you hear the news. Okay, in indirect, Carl told me to call him when I hear the news. Okay, there is a change. The other exercise here. For each sentence, say what you think the speaker original words were. Okay, this is the indirect speech. They asking for the direct speech. He asked them to call him when it starts raining. So maybe the original word is call me when it starts raining. Okay, please call me when it starts raining. It's here. The newspaper say to leave a window or door open when there's going to be a severe storm. The original words. Leave a window or door open, okay? And all of these when there's going to be a severe storm. That's the original words. She told his parents to read the emergency instructions in the newspapers. Original words. Read the emergency instruction in the newspapers. That's all. Ray told Allison to look for the story about him in the newspaper on Tuesday. Original words. Look for the story about me in the newspaper on Tuesday. Okay? Original words. The original words here in the number 5. She asked him to pick up some food for her on the way home. Original words. Pick up some food for me on the way home. That's the original words. And here, they told me not to wait until the snow gets heavy. Okay. Original words. Don't wait until the snow gets heavy. That's the original words. Okay. Those are the original words here. Okay. What's the difference between direct and indirect speech in the rhythm? Okay. Notice the rhythm of sentences in indirect speech and indirect speech. Read and listen, then listen again and repeat. Okay. So listen and try to know the difference. Okay, let's listen to it first of all. Direct speech and indirect speech.
Read and listen.
He said, be home before midnight. He said to be home before midnight.
I told your parents, get a flu shot at the clinic. I told your parents to get a flu shot at the clinic.
Okay, it's already simple.
Now listen again and repeat.
He said, be home before midnight.
He said, be home before midnight.
He said to be home before midnight.
He said to be home before midnight.
I told your parents, get a flu shot at the clinic.
I told your parents, get a flu shot at the clinic.
I told your parents to get a flu shot at the clinic.
I told your parents to get a flu shot at the clinic. As you can see, the difference here is the pause. They make in the direct speech. La diferencia es la pausa que se hace antes de introducir las palabras que voy a citar en el discurso directo. Y en el discurso indirecto no tenemos esa pausa. Okay? Let's continue. Now we have a conversation model. Listen to the conversation and read the content of the conversation. Escuchen la conversación Indian.
Read and listen to someone conveying a message.
I'm on the phone with your parents. Would you like to say hello?
I would, but I'm running late.
Anything you'd like me to tell them?
Yes, please tell them to turn on the TV. There's a storm on the way.
Will do.
Listen again.
Read and listen to someone conveying a message.
I'm on the phone with your parents. Would you like to say hello?
I would, but I'm running late.
Anything you'd like me to tell them?
Yes, please tell them to turn on the TV. There's a storm on the way.
Will do.
Okay, what is to convey a message? To convey a message is to give the message to another person. The message is not for me, it's for the other person. That's to convey, okay? For example, here, I'm on the phone with your parents. Would you like to say hello? I would, but I'm running late. Anything you'd like me to tell them? Yes, please tell them to turn on the TV. There's a storm on the way. Will do. Okay, that's the future. I will do. It's understood. Okay, he's conveying the message of these people, of the man to the parents. Okay, she's conveying the message. She's the giver of the message. And here they give some ideas to convey another message. For example, I'm on the phone with your sister. Would you like me to say hello? Would you like to say hello? I would, but I'm very late for work. Anything you like me to tell? To tell her? Yes. Please tell them to wash very careful my suit because I need it for the next Saturday. I will do it. O sea, por favor dile que lave mi traje porque lo necesito para el sábado. Okay, that's to convey a message. Here are some ideas. Tell him to watch on the news. Okay, there's a story about the coronavirus. Check the weather online. There's a bus tour on the way. Call me at the office or something like that. Okay, that's to convey a message. Okay, I can make the conversation bigger if I want. Puedo hacer la conversación más larga si quiero. Okay, longer or bigger. Okay, until here, this part of the unit. This is the second video.